How you doing, YouTube family? Today is Tuesday, April the 29th, 2025. It's your man Big D, and I'm back with another one. Want to thank all you good folk out there in YouTube land for continuing to support my son and I. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Well, family, I am back with another video. And in this video, we have a young lady that came on these YouTube streets professing why she was single on this Sunday morning. So she had a story time. And in this video that this young lady was narrating, he went on to say that the guy that she had been dating, her and the guy that she had been dating got into the discussion of body count. And he wanted to know how many bodies that she had caught. And allegedly, she went on to say that they had already had this discussion. This was not a new topic. They had discussed this before, and but for whatever the reason, he wanted to have the conversation again. So, ladies, let me say this: when women say basically you all can do whatever a man does when it comes to dating and when it comes to just frolicking along and passing out your little poo nanny to, every Tom, Dick, and Harry. And you all think that it's okay to, if a man can have, 60 bodies, well, we can. Well, we can too. Feminism says that we should be able to do the same thing as men. And ladies, let me say this. When it comes to certain things, perhaps, maybe when it comes to, you know, um, some type of occupation, and if a woman is performing the same occupation that a man is, and she deserves the same pay. So I can go with that one. But when you start looking at it and referring to, specifically speaking, as it applies to dating and yes, smashing, smashing, smashing women, in my belief, I just don't believe that it is productive for a woman to be out there frolicking around here and there and everywhere. But family, what we gonna do is we gonna let this young lady go on ahead and tell her story, and I will add my commentary along the way.
Let me tell y'all while I'm single on this Sunday morning.
Tell us.
Long story short, me and dude get into it about a question. We're having this debate about men and women and men are the prize, blah, blah, blah. So then he asks, okay, how many bodies you got? Mind you, we already had this conversation at least 3 times. I have no problem being open and transparent. So I'm like, what's the question? Because now I'm irritated because why are you asking this question again?
So I can understand his position because, family, there are times when, see, let me say this. So I went over to this young lady's little socials and what have you. I done a little investigative work. And I must say, I don't know if she had any work done because it don't look like she got no BBL or nothing. She looks relatively natural. She looks like maybe could have had maybe a little work done, if that. But it looks like that she is either. It looked like she putting in some work in the gym a little bit. She doing something. She ain't just sitting around doing nothing. That's what I believe. That's what my eye tells me. But I can say this, man, all them bodies she done caught, because you got to understand this. If she said that she done caught a certain amount of bodies, man, you gotta multiply that, and you gotta multiply that number by 3. But let us go ahead and continue on and hear what she gotta say.
So I'm like, the number 60, like, what's the follow-up question?
Woo! 60 bodies. So that brings me back to the previous statement. So now in the beginning, because like I said, I went over to her page and you know what I'm saying, she got, she got a decent little figure on her. But man, she done caught 60 bodies. Oh, I can only imagine the demonic things that she is doing to that brother. And in the beginning, he was vaginized. No, we won't say vaginized. Uh, vaginitized. Some kind of way, he had fell up under the influence of that poo nanny. And 60 bodies, I can assure you that that 60 is probably easily, probably in the upwards of maybe 100 plus, 120 or more. So, man, the different things that she's experienced, man, all the different various dudes that she done experienced. And man, with them many bodies, man, she done experienced dudes from mild to wild. So, man, I can only imagine the type of energy that she is exerting in the bedroom. But I guarantee you, some way, shape, form, or fashion, this dude came to his senses. Whether he been listening to some red pill content, or perhaps maybe the light bulb came on. Maybe he realized and looked in the mirror and say, "Damn, I'm a laughing stock of the damn fucking hood. The whole town's laughing at me. How the hell do I wind up locked in and sucked in and locked in with this thought?" Listen, I don't know this lady, and I ain't got nothing against her, but I'm here to tell you right now, man, if 60 bodies, you professing 60 bodies, you roll 60 off the tip of your tongue like it was just nothing. You know, 60 bodies. Like 60 is the same as 10, perhaps. So, man, listen, ladies, when I say it matters, it matters. At some point in time, it definitely matters. That body count matters. Maybe in the beginning, a man might be okay with it and he can rock with it. But after a while, man, it becomes a bitter pill to swallow to know that 60, 60 potentially plus men have been has done been up in your girl's walls. And that little nasty stuff that she doing to you, you like, man, it ain't no way that she just came to be this skillful. She had to have picked these little skill sets up along the way through her little sexual conquest.
We go back and forth about the number of bodies. Mind y'all, I got 4 kids, 3 baby daddies, 1 ex-husband.
Ooh.
Been with dude over a year now. You knew this when you got with me, bro. So you at least know I got 3 confirmed bodies. If that was such an issue, why would you even move forward in a relationship? You asking this question a year later for like the 5th time already? So now we get into it because I said 60. I'm like, okay, but what's the follow-up question? Does the number really affect the question that you're going to ask? What's the question? Now there's no question and we're arguing about bodies. Mind you, I'm 35 years old. He's 4 years older than me, 5 years older than me. So y'all do the math.
Okay, so ma'am, I know that in today's time that society has said, oh yeah, it's okay for a woman to have caught 60 bodies, 70 bodies, 80 bodies, 100 bodies. Listen, I'm telling you, family, I have known women that have caught 100 bodies. And when I say that there's absolutely beyond a shadow of a doubt that this person cannot pair bond, they call it at some point you lose the ability to pair bond with a man after you done caught so many bodies. And at that point, you don't call that many plus bodies because I am I would be remiss if I didn't say that I believe that her total body count, her real body count, because I think 60 she holding back because she knows if she tells this man the real number, he gonna throw up in his mouth. Gonna vomit in his mouth. Because it's just something about knowing that all these many meats done been inside inside your lady's walls. Man, this girl done been man, she said 60 and oh, I'm only 35. Man, come on, what is family? We have some problems. We have some problems because she don't see the problem with what she is saying. And she's saying it on the World Wide Web. Once you say something on the internet, you done spoke it into existence. You done spoke it into the ethers of time and space. You can never take it back. And one day, her, her children are going to grow up. They're going to see this. So my thing is, I have to call this brother out because I get it. I understand. You got, you know what I'm saying? When y'all first linked up, you already knew about all them bodies. You said, well, you know what? I'ma just enjoy the ride. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'ma just cause I already know, man, all these man, she done fucked all these dudes, man. Ain't nowhere in the hell I ain't finna boo that up. I ain't finna wipe that up. Next thing you know, that little box done got good to you. That throat goat done got real good to you. And now she doing things to you that perhaps she learned through on the job training. Perhaps she learned and acquired these various skill sets through on the job training, OJT, hands on training. Listen, experience is the best teacher. And I guarantee you that this young lady has a lot of it. So in the beginning, he could deal with it, he could tolerate it. But because in the back of his mind, he didn't plan on sticking around. He didn't plan on getting so wrapped up in this situation. Now, he done got drawn in. He done got sucked in. And now at some point he realized, man, fuck, man, this girl done got smashed by all these men dudes. Man, I can't. Am I really satisfying her when we getting it on, doing all thing, and she moaning? Is she really? I mean, am I really? Is she really being honest, or is she just putting on?
When the last time somebody asked you how many bodies do you got? Like, that should have been asked on day one. So now we arguing about this bad, right? Now he's telling me, oh,
Well, hold on now, ma'am. You said that should have been asked on day one, but then you said that y'all did have this discussion on day one. So that sounds like a Freudian slip because unless you meant something else, but you just said that should have been asked, talked about on day one, and perhaps maybe it was glanced over because I know how it is. Listen, I know how it is. They'll say, "Oh, well, listen, honestly, it ain't even gonna come up until you done touched on that kitty a couple times." And when you realize that, man, this girl, she know her way around a piece of meat very well. That's when your your subconscious gonna start like say, man, maybe you need to ask the question. And I guarantee you, he asked the question. And at that point, he like, man, I don't know if I can deal with this. But man, this sexual energy is just off the scale. So he got sucked in, and now he to the point that he can't deal with it no more. But deep down inside, he don't really want to let it go. He torn in between. He caught in between two places because from a physical standpoint, I guarantee he don't want to let it go. But from a mental standpoint, he don't know how he can continue to parade her around town and be out in the mall with her. Everybody knows that this girl done been touched on by half the hood.
Oh, bitch, nobody ever took you serious. You got 4 kids, 3 baby daddies. Ain't nobody ever made you a wife. Mind you, I'm divorced. So now I'm like, oh, okay. You've been waiting to say this shit. You've been waiting to get this off your chest. And I've been real humble, cute, and ladylike. But now, oh, what's up? Come back for part 2, y'all.
So family, he say come back for part 2. Perhaps I will go and look at part 2 and bring it back to y'all. But ladies, let me say this. The ladies that, follow the channel are the ones that check in and see what me and my son talking about. Understand that you might think that it's very immature or it's inconsequential about body count. But I'm telling you, being care about body count, being care about body count, because a man don't want to know that the lady that he's with, that he's providing for, sharing his resources with, and then he's sharing his resources to the kids that's not his. He don't want to even think about any more men that has touched on you than the number of men that you have children from. Got 2 kids, he might be okay with the one guy that got you pregnant. Y'all had 2 kids, perhaps you was married, or you got maybe 2 baby daddies. He might be okay with that. Man, when you start talking about 4 baby daddies, and then now you done been married. So now that's like 3 baby daddies plus a husband. So that right there is 4. And then now she talking about 60. Man, ain't nowhere in the world that this girl ain't had more than 100 and some partners. I can look at the energy. Man, let me tell you something, family. Gentlemen, if you run into this girl, if you well, I don't know where she's from, but if she's in your town, you see her, you better run the other way, because I'm telling you right now, I guarantee you it'll be very easy to get sucked into her little succubus trap. I can feel the energy emanating from the computer screen. Listen, y'all gotta y'all gotta be careful of women like this, because man, they will drain your energy. Literally. But what say you, family? You think it's cool? You think it's all right? Think, body count don't matter. If a man can go out there and just, slang his meat, should, you know, should women be able to go do the same thing? Even in the wild, I do believe that when certain animals mate, they kind of mate for life until one dies off or one get ran off. Like in the case of a pride, you gonna have you gonna have one lion for sure, but you might have another lion, but that one lion, the main alpha, everybody knows he can't dang. You might have, you might have 5 or 6 lionesses, but everybody knows that even in a pride that has 2 lions, one of those lions is the alpha. That's Cain Dangalang. So, family, we have to understand that men care about that. They care about this thing. Y'all might not think that it's a big issue. Y'all might think that it's always immature, only an insecure man to ask that. Man, listen, it ain't so much about being insecure. It's about that if I'm with you and I'm sharing my resources with you and I'm parading you around my city and I know everybody done touched on you, man, that's a problem for me as a man. As a man, that is a problem for me, especially if I'm a man of a certain value. But hell, even if I'm a damn pookie, I'm still gonna have some oomph about myself, and I'm gonna have some type of respect for myself, even if I'm a little daint. I'm gonna be a classy little daint, and I'm just not gonna settle for no any old BS. So family, it's getting to the point where man, women just man, they just man, this girl just said 60 like it was nothing. She said 60 like it was the same as like 10. My land, young lady, man, your little vagina done been worked down 6 ways to Sunday. Man, good God Almighty, I can only imagine the things you've seen, your experiences, man. Boy, man, this girl, she done seen a lot. This young lady, it's a lot of things she ain't gonna never be able to unsee. And this is what's bothering the ex-boyfriend. This is what's bothering him because he's done came to the conclusion that she done had all those many experiences inside of her. And knowing ain't nobody wearing no condoms now. That's why she got a couple kids now. So she like that real meat. She like that real feel. So then you got that to contend with. All those men have left their essence inside of her. Man, you dealing, you just know that type of woman is probably gonna have a very, very difficult time leeching and latching on and pair bonding to one man. She might be able to do it for a little bit. Oh, she'll try. But no matter what, she'll find a reason why that man ain't good enough. And he can be a high value man. Look at the case with the little brother, the little ball player that played for the Chiefs. Look at this little dude. This the multimillionaire and I don't know what type of meat he working with, but I would assume that is adequate. I would think a young man, you know what I'm saying, good shape. I would think he should, you know what I'm saying, he ought to have some decent wood, I would imagine, and he a millionaire. It wasn't enough for her. She going someplace else getting her bike blowed out. So man, these women nowadays are just over sexualized. They just gotta get it by any means necessary. And perhaps one meat ain't good enough for them. Maybe they gotta have a couple to satisfy and quench that thirst. Well, family, always remember, be more tomorrow than you were yesterday. Peace.